In the heart of NRI Kingdom, where the forests whispered secrets to the wind and the rivers carried the voices of their ancestors, lived a young woman named Chidimma. She was known for her beauty, but even more for her kindness. Her laughter was like a melody that softened the hardest hearts, and her wisdom was beyond her years. Not far from her village lived Ikechukwu, a strong and hardworking young man who had loved Chidimma since they were children. He had always dreamed of making her his wife, but he knew that love alone would not be enough. He had to prove himself worthy. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the palm trees, Chidimma's father, Nze Okafor, summoned Ikechukwu. "You say you love my daughter," Nze Okafor said, his voice deep and commanding. "But love is not just words. If you truly wish to marry Chidimma, you must pass a test." "I am ready," Ikechukwu replied without hesitation. Nze Okafor handed him a small clay pot filled with water. "Take this pot to the top of Alamo, the sacred hill, and return before the first cock crows. But beware, if even a single drop spills, you will fail." The villagers whispered among themselves. The journey to Alamo was long and treacherous. The path was steep, the spirits of the forest roamed freely at night, and no man had ever carried water without spilling a drop. Chidimma's heart pounded. She wanted to help, but she knew this was Ikechukwu's test alone. As night fell, Ikechukwu set off. He walked carefully, balancing the pot on his head. The darkness thickened, and strange sounds filled the air. Owls hooted, unseen creatures rustled the bushes, and shadows moved where there should be none. Halfway up the hill, a voice whispered, "Turn back, or you will never return." Ikechukwu's heart raced, but he clenched his jaw and pressed on. A gust of wind tried to tip the pot. He steadied it with trembling hands. Then, at the peak of Alamo, a beautiful woman dressed in white appeared before him. Her eyes glowed like the moon. "Give me the water," she said softly. Ikechukwu knew the stories. This was Oma, the spirit of the hill. Many had failed here, bewitched by her beauty or deceived by her tricks. "I cannot," he said firmly. "This water is my test of love." Omar's smile faded. She raised her hand, and the wind howled, but Ikechukwu did not move. Finally the spirit sighed and vanished. With careful steps, he made his way down. As the first cock crowed, Ikechukwu arrived at Nze Okafor's compound. Not a single drop had spilled. The villagers cheered. Nze Okafor smiled and nodded. "You have proven your love, not just with strength, but with patience, courage, and wisdom. You shall marry Chidimma." Chidimma ran into Ikechukwu's arms, tears of joy in her eyes. Their love had been tested by the spirits, and it had endured. And so, under the golden light of the rising sun, their journey together begun of love, trials, and the kind of devotion that even the spirits of Alamo could not break.